Around the World in 80 Days is a famous adventure novel by Jules Verne. It tells the story of an extraordinary journey undertaken by a wealthy English gentleman named Phileas Fogg, who attempts to travel around the world in only 80 days. In the year 1872, Phileas Fogg lives alone in London. He is a wealthy, mysterious man who follows the same routine every day. He wakes up at the same time, eats the same meals, and spends his evenings at the Reform Club. Nobody knows much about him. He is polite and intelligent, but very reserved. One day, Fogg hires a new servant, a cheerful Frenchman named Jean Passepartout. Passepartout is delighted to work for someone who seems so calm and predictable. He hopes his new job will be peaceful. However, that hope lasts only a few hours. That evening at the Reform Club, the members discuss a newspaper article claiming that modern transportation has made it possible to travel around the world in just 80 days. The other gentlemen doubt it can be done. There are too many chances for delays. Storms, accidents, missed trains, and unexpected problems. Phileas Fogg calmly insists that it is possible. The discussion grows heated until Fogg suddenly makes an astonishing bet. He wagers £20,000, which is half of his fortune, so that he can leave London immediately, travel around the world, and return within 80 days. The room falls silent. Without hesitation, Fogg leaves the club, goes home, and tells the astonished Passepartout that they are departing at once. At 8:45 p.m. on October 2nd, they begin their journey. At almost the same moment, a large amount of money has been stolen from the Bank of England. A detective named Fix receives information about the robbery. After hearing descriptions of the suspect, he becomes convinced that Phileas Fogg is the thief. To Fix, Fogg's sudden departure from England looks extremely suspicious. Why would a wealthy man suddenly leave the country with a large amount of cash? Fix decides to pursue Fogg around the world while waiting for a warrant to arrest him. This misunderstanding becomes one of the greatest obstacles of the entire journey. Fogg and Passepartout first travel across Europe and reach the city of Suez. There, Detective Fix meets them for the first time. Pretending to be friendly, he tries to gather information while secretly hoping to delay them. Fogg, however, remains unaware of Fix's suspicions. The travelers continue onward by ship toward India. When they arrive in India, they discover a major problem. A section of railway shown on their maps has not actually been completed. Most travelers would give up or wait for another solution. Not Phileas Fogg. He purchases an elephant named Kiuni and hires a guide to help them cross the jungle. During their journey, they witness a disturbing ceremony. A young woman named Awuda is about to be sacrificed on her husband's funeral pyre according to a cruel local custom. Although helping her could cost valuable time, Fogg refuses to abandon her. That night, he and his companions launch a daring rescue. The mission succeeds, and Aouda escapes with them. The grateful young woman joins their party. This episode reveals that beneath Fogg's cool exterior lies genuine courage and compassion. The travelers continue through India, and Passepartout unknowingly entered a sacred temple while wearing shoes, violating local rules. Fogg pays the necessary fines and continues without complaint. Every delay threatens the success of the wager. Meanwhile, Detective Fix remains close behind, still trying to obtain authority to arrest Fogg. The group sails to Hong Kong. By now, Aouda has become a trusted companion. Fix becomes increasingly desperate. Since he still lacks the warrant needed to arrest Fogg, he tries new methods to delay him. He tricks Passepartout and gets him intoxicated. As a result, Passepartout misses an important departure and becomes separated from Fogg and Aouda. For a time, the loyal servant is stranded, while his master continues the journey. Yet through determination and luck, Passepartout eventually manages to continue traveling and attempts to reunite with Fogg. The adventure carries them to Yokohama. Passepartout arrives there nearly penniless and must earn money performing in a circus. By chance, he spots Fogg and Aouda in the audience. The reunion is joyful, and the companions continue their race around the globe. They board a steamship bound for the United States. The crossing is long but successful. However, the most difficult challenges are still ahead. The travelers board a train that will carry them across the American continent. The trip includes breathtaking scenery, vast plains, towering mountains, and dangerous weather. During the journey, they encounter a herd of buffalo that blocks the railway. Later, they discover that part of the track is damaged. The train even crosses a fragile bridge at full speed before it collapses behind them. As if that were not enough, the train is attacked by a group of warriors. In the confusion, Passepartout is captured. Most people would continue traveling to save time. Instead, Fogg organizes a rescue mission. He risks the entire wager to save his servant. The rescue succeeds, proving once again that Fogg values people more than money. After recovering Passepartout, the group continues toward the east coast. Every hour matters. Missed connections force Fogg to spend enormous sums of money on alternative transportation. Eventually, they reach New York City. Unfortunately, the ship they need has already departed. It appears the wager may be lost. But Fogg refuses to surrender. He charters another vessel and persuades its captain to take them toward England. During the Atlantic crossing, fresh difficulties arise. The ship runs low on fuel. Fogg purchases the vessel itself and orders parts of the ship dismantled and burned to keep the engines running. Slowly but steadily, they move closer to England. At last, they arrive in the British Isles. Victory seems within reach. Upon reaching England, Detective Fix finally receives the authority he has been waiting for. He arrests Fogg immediately. The travelers are shocked. However, a short time later, the truth is discovered. The real bank robber has already been caught. Fogg is completely innocent. Fix is forced to release him, but valuable hours have been lost. Fogg rushes to London, convinced that the wager is gone. Fogg reaches home believing he has missed the deadline by just a few minutes. For the first time in the story, he appears truly defeated. He has lost a fortune. His remarkable journey seems to have ended in failure. Yet Aouda has come to admire and love him. When she learns that he may now be ruined, she still wishes to stay by his side. Fogg, deeply moved, proposes marriage. Aouda happily accepts. Even after losing the wager, Fogg realizes that the journey has brought him something precious. While preparing for the wedding, Passepartout suddenly notices something strange about the date. Then he realizes the truth. By traveling eastward around the world, they crossed enough time zones to gain one full day. Although they believed it was Sunday, it is actually Saturday. Fogg has not lost after all. He races to the Reform Club and arrives just in time. The members are astonished. Against all odds, Phileas Fogg has completed his journey around the world in exactly 80 days. Fogg wins the wager and recovers his fortune. Detective Fix is left embarrassed by his mistake. Passepartout remains his loyal servant. Most importantly, Fogg marries Aouda. The journey changes him from a distant, routine-bound man into someone who values friendship, loyalty, courage, and love. And so one of literature's greatest adventures ends not merely with a victory over distance and time, but with the discovery that life's greatest rewards are often the people we meet along the way.